Good morning, Malaysia, and welcome back to Adele's 10 o'clock Daily News, where the news comes first and the people come second. Now, in today's headline, we're going to be looking at deceptive marketing in the F&B industry, and we're going to be talking about specific F&B deceptive marketing issues, so stick with us, and hopefully you like the news. Now, deceptive marketing is the use of false and or misleading information to capture the attention of the consumers through the usage of false information to persuade buyers into a business transaction that will not typically be beneficial to you as a consumer, but yes, beneficial to the one doing the deceptive advertising. Now, for our first issue of the day, we're going to be looking at false or misleading nutritional values. Let's get the read on that from Eliza. Over to you, Eliza.
The Malaysian Ministry of Health ensures the proper labeling of food to protect the public from health hazards, as well as fraud in the preparation, sale, and use of foods. But is that truly enough? Marketers have found a way to go around these regulations, with misleading claims of a product's nutritional value placed right on the product packaging. Most consumers do not read the nutritional facts at the back of the products, and this is perhaps the worst mistake to make. According to a study reported in an article by Reuters, food labels that say low sugar or no fat may be misleading, as these low content claims are based on comparisons with other foods and are not standard definitions. As shown, I have found two varieties of peel fresh orange juice at the grocery store, one with no added sugar and one with less sugar. Shockingly, the no added sugar orange juice has 19.8 grams of total sugar, while the less sugar orange juice only has 8.5 grams of total sugar. So even when the product has a low sugar claim, or in this case, a no added sugar claim, it doesn't mean that it has an overall better nutritional quality. In fact, just 2 years ago, Nestle was called out by local CEO Vishen Lakiani for marketing sugary products as healthy, having a whopping 40% of Milo made up of pure sugar. Nestle defended themselves through a statement stating that over 50% of Milo's total sugar naturally comes from milk and malt, saying, "We keep the amount of sugar we add to a minimum, adding only 6 grams of sugar for every 200 milliliter serving, which is about 1 teaspoon of sugar." However, in what I have found, Milo has 12.2 grams of sugar, which equals to 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar for every 30 grams serving. Even in the ready-made Milo Active Go, with a serving size of 200 milliliters, there is 13.8 grams of sugar. This is completely unethical to deceive consumers through product packaging, knowing that they are unlikely to read the nutritional facts to find out the truth themselves. Now, onto misleading visuals of food in advertisements. Ziada, take it away.
Thank you, Eliza. Now, we all know that food and beverage advertisements appear almost everywhere. Newspapers, magazines, billboards, transits, TV, and social media. But it is also worth taking note that usage of fake or non-edible materials are prevalent and common in the advertising practice. According to an article in Reader's Digest, the fast food that we usually see in advertisements are not edible. A lot of time and effort goes into making and assembling the food to look the way it does on screen. Whereas when you go to the restaurant, they slap together your food in less than a minute. A food stylist revealed that she usually photographs food that is not fully cooked. For example, undercooked burgers look more plump and juicy. Also, she uses pins to keep toppings in place and make the burger look much taller than it actually is. However, this issue is not just prevalent in fast food. Antacids are added to soda to make it look fizzier. The steam from food is from a heated cotton ball placed behind. Glue is used to substitute for milk because it lasts longer in shoots. Wax is added to the sauce to make the color pop. Deodorants makes fruit shiny. Liquid soap creates foam for beer advertisements. Ice cream is typically made out of Play-Doh or mashed potatoes so it doesn't melt. And many more. And even after all of those crazy tricks used to make food and beverages look better than they actually are, the photos are still typically retouched. So this issue is prevalent in Malaysia as well, since consumers are seeing these kinds of advertisements everywhere. It is actually worrying as consumers are deceived or tricked into thinking that the food or beverage items in reality would appear exactly the same as portrayed in advertisements. Back to you, Adele.
Thank you, Eliza and Ziada, for the insightful information. Now, we're going to take a look at some solutions to overcome these issues. Now, for the first issue, we are looking at value-based marketing. In the case of products with misleading claims of nutritional value, value-based marketing can be applied. This theory essentially starts with the recognition that you're selling high-value services, and it is not enough to make a bold claim and then try to manipulate your potential client into buying the product. Instead of claiming the actual facts regarding the products, Nestle and Marigold chose to deceive their consumers through the misleading nutritional claims on the product packaging. However, this can be overcome by displaying factual claims that the product can offer to consumers and essentially earn consumers' trust through their marketing efforts. By being truthful about the product nutrition, it shifts marketing from a product-centric approach to a customer-centric one, which essentially focuses on the value it provides to consumers rather than just the selling of products. Once the right value proposition and representation of the product is communicated to consumers, they are more likely to purchase the products. Now, for the second issue, we are looking at societal marketing theory to be applied. To solve the issue regarding the usage of fake or non-edible materials in food advertisement, the societal marketing theory can be applied. Now, this theory urges companies to take into considerations not only consumers' wants and the advertisers' objectives, but also the society's long-term interests. What most customers want would be the transparency and disclosure on appearance of food and beverage items in real life, so that they wouldn't be disappointed and feel cheated when they compare the real items with the advertisement itself. Thus, advertisers should put themselves into customers' shoes to understand their feelings in order to avoid deceiving and disappointing their customers in the long run. And that is all we have for today. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you next week for more juicy news updates. Have a good day.